As to the Philippines, we provide $150 million of foreign aid annually, but the human rights situation there is appalling.
In July, during a week in which 15 people, including a lawyer, a peasant leader, a school principal, a village chief, and a toddler were extrajudicially killed in Negros.
Marlon Ocampo and his 1-year-old son were shot by armed men.
Since December 2018, members of ICHRP US and the Malaya movement have been working on a campaign to end U.S. support of the Duterte regime in response to the hundreds of millions of U.S. tax dollars going to the main perpetrators of human rights violations in the Philippines, the military and police.
The so-called war on drugs continues. Thousands of poor people suspected of using or selling drugs have been killed by police and unknown armed persons. Human rights defenders, particularly women, are under attack. Cristina Palabay of the Philippines Human Rights Organization, Karapatan, is at risk after receiving a text message from an unidentified person that she would be killed later this year.
In March, in partnership with Amnesty International, Cristina Palabay toured the United States to advocate on behalf of targets of human rights violations.
In April, almost 100 members from ICHRP US, the Malaya movement, and the Ecumenical Advocacy Network on the Philippines lobbied on Capitol Hill for resolutions on the protection of human rights defenders and to call for a congressional hearing on the human rights situation in the Philippines. Congressman Brad Sherman of the San Fernando Valley heeded our call and held a congressional hearing July 25th.
The Philippine government has yet to hold anyone accountable for these extrajudicial killings, or at least announced a policy that they're opposed to them.
The mass movement for justice and peace in the Philippines secured this hearing, an important first step forward for accountability. It's time to investigate what is happening on the ground and to get answers.
I am especially concerned about the plight of the indigenous peoples in the Philippines. In Mindanao, which has been under martial law since May of 2017, the Duterte administration has committed these extrajudicial illegal killings, illegal arrests, and attacks on indigenous schools set up in partnership with NGOs. How can the United States work with the international community to protect indigenous peoples in the Philippines?
Until such an investigation happens, we call on Congress to withhold all U.S. aid to the Philippines. We call to end U.S. support of the Duterte regime.